Hey everyone, welcome back. Shayne Combs, SVC Sports Zone, coming to you a little Week 1 football reaction. Make sure you're checking out the channel here. Previous post, we had some talk SVC volleyball, getting ready to start. Always exciting time of year. I love covering that. Even mentioned a little bit of golf in that. You'll also see my brother Matt and we have an Expanding the Zone podcast where we expand outside of SVC Sports Zone, talk a little leadership and other things in the world of sports. If you're interested in that, that's on there as well. We always appreciate Dr. Chris Good and all the support, Good Health Chiropractic Center, that he gives the channel, so we can continue to cover our league in a unique way. So, as I said, coming at you Week 1 reaction, I think I always tell people, be careful to overreact to results in the first 3 weeks. If you've listened to the podcast, and if you've followed the website over the last decade, I've always talked a lot about the first 3 weeks, in my opinion, have so much to do with scheduling. A lot of times, you're playing that team that's really elite, and maybe you're playing a team that's a little bit down. And a lot of times the difference between being 1-0, 0-1, even as much as 3-0 to 0-3 can sometimes be who you're playing. So yes, it's about you and how are you playing and how are you getting better. But I always feel like the number one key coming out of those first 3 weeks is you'd like to get at least one win. But with the expanded playoffs and so forth and whatever goals you may have, I think it's more about being healthy, because a lot of times the size of schools that we have in our league, even though we have a couple that are getting bigger and bigger, I hear a lot of coaches talking about depth or lack thereof and what they're trying to get. So, it's a 4-4 week for the SVC to start. That's pretty normal in terms of some of the different scheduling and so forth. I look at the SVC. I thought it was a really nice win for Uniota. I thought it was a nice start for Paint Valley. Westfall, gets a win there, and then Piketon with a really nice win. That was a back and forth game. I believe they were down multiple scores earlier in that game. So to come back and get a win like that is good for a team that has a mix of young and old coming together. When I look at the league, Zane Trace still as a team, as I've talked about, I feel has a lot coming back. They have a lot up front. I thought last year their ability to win the trenches was just so impressive. I think they'll have some of that capability again. Again, I wouldn't overreact too much to them playing a solid opponent there in Week 1. I know Uniota was hit hard by graduation. I thought their Vinton County win on the road was impressive. A lot of people feel like this is going to be one of the better Vinton County teams in recent years. And Uniota went toe-to-toe. I thought in a lot of ways, I thought Vinton County outperformed Uniota in areas, play to play. But Uniota was able to strike with the quick hitters, the home run and the passing game there with hoops. And, they had the goal line stand, and then they hit the big pass play, and then Vinton County gets a little aggressive before the half. Uniota causes the turnover, and then, Hoops hits, I believe that was the Cutright touchdown. Cutright was one of the real breakout stars for me in Week 1, with Newton Hoops, his brother Blake being one of his favorite targets there coming back after the graduation of Fox. Blake's out with an injury, for those of you that didn't know. So what's happening there is when I see Crace and I see Cutright, as I mentioned, I thought Cutright was outstanding in Week 1. They're going to, if Hoops is able to get healthy somewhere down the line, particularly in the league play the second half of the year, that's only going to make it tough for teams to slide some matchups. So I know Uniota's a little young at running back, but what that's going to do is it's going to take some people out of the box, and obviously Newton can sling it around a little bit. Paint Valley got a big night from Robertson. What's unique about them is Robertson running it inside and then Free keeping the defense honest. When you start trying to creep up into the box and key on Robertson, a lot of times that's going to leave someone one-on-one with Carson Free up over the top, and that's not an easy assignment. That's going to be a unique thing to follow. I mentioned Gallion and company coming back at Piketon there. that was really impressive as well. And then a lot of people feel like Westfall, with their offense, if their defense can take the next step, again, they're going to get tested more in the upcoming weeks. We'll see there. And Adina has the nice running game back, and again, we just need to see different matchups as the non-league schedule, as I mentioned in the opening, there goes up and down. I think time will tell. Huntington had an impressive defensive showing, and then Southeastern with a young group as well. So a lot to unpack as we go. I know I'm going to get a chance to talk to Clay Archer and the gang over the weekend, and I'm sure we'll talk some more football there. Check out what they're doing there. They do a great job with their new stuff that they're rolling out, and I love being a part of anything and everything that covers sports. Those of you know me that know the decade plus of the SVC Sports Talk and the SVCSportsZone.com. Excited to still be able to do this. So again, thank you to Chris Good, and thank you for listening. Make sure you check us out so that you can continue to follow our coverage all year long. Thanks, everyone.